Hi guys, I'm Sly Guy. If you can see in front of my screen here, I'm looking at Maractus again. Why am I looking at Maractus again? Well, I've just thought that, hey, I like Maractus, and Maractus gets some unfair treatment, I think, in the Pokemon community. People frown upon Maractus. I don't. I turn that frown upside down when I see Maractus. I like Maractus, and I want Maractus to be better, so I'm gonna make it better. So I'm gonna put Maractus and Pimp that Pokemon. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. This is my 4th episode of Pimp that Pokemon. This is a series I do where I take 3 Pokemon. I've been doing 3 Pokemon for the past 4 episodes, and 3 Pokemon, they're not very good in the competitive format, and I just give them stat buffs, imaginary stat buffs in my head. It's obviously not going to happen in real life, most likely, but I just do it because speculation is always fun, and it's cool to see what I think I can do to make a Pokemon more competitively viable in the metagame. I do this by either giving them stat boosts, new moves, new abilities, and if they really need help, a new Mega Evolution, which I did a Mega Evolution for the past 3 episodes of Pimp That Pokemon so far, and I was contemplating whether or not I'm going to do more Megas because with Sword and Shield coming out, they announced that Mega Evolution is not even going to be a thing in the game. So you can't even use the old Megas in Sword and Shield. So Mega Evolution is totally not even a thing in that game. So I was contemplating not even doing it. But I'm still going to do it just because it's fun. And of course I'm going to give a Mega to Maractus. But without one more thing out of the way, this is my YouTube channel right here. It's an official YouTube channel, and it'll help my YouTube channel out if you guys like what you see, and subscribe if you want to. Like, I just uploaded this Pokemon Showdown video where I did some Battle Factory, and as you can see, I did some Super Meat Boy before that, and you see there, I got Maractus right there. I like Maractus, I like talking about Maractus, I'm going to keep on doing it with Pimp That Pokemon. Maractus is going to be the first Pokemon I talk about. So what's wrong with Maractus? Well, a lot of things. One, I'll say it does got stuff going on for it. It has 3 useful abilities these are just useful abilities on any Pokemon. Storm Drain and Water Absorb gives Maractus water immunity. Both of those abilities give Maractus water immunity. And Storm Drain increases special attack. Water Absorb gives it more HP. Most people use Water Absorb. I like Storm Drain though, because Maractus isn't that much of a bulky Pokemon anyway, so getting HP is fine. Plus, Maractus has recovery moves and Synthesis, Leech Seed, Maractus doesn't really have any way of increasing its offensive stats, so I like Storm Drain. And Chlorophyll is also a great ability, but there's other Grass-type Pokemon that benefit from that ability a lot better than Maractus does. It has surprisingly a decent amount of useful moves in my opinion. Maybe it could have a little more. Of course, it got Grass Stab, Giga Drain, Energy Ball, whatnot. It gets Spikes though, so it can set up Hazards. Endeavor is useful moves. It gets Sucker Punch for priority. Even gets Drain Punch, what I think is cool. Knockoff, Leech Seed, Synthesis, what I just said. Poison Jab for coverage. Toxic Substitute. Spiky Shield because it got spikes, and Acupressure. I got Acupressure there because it's its only form of setup, which is very unfortunate. Besides Growth, it has Growth too, which I'm actually going to talk about later with this Mega. And the flaws, Maractus does not have good stats. It's too slow, it's too frail, and no offensive presence. And that's just because Maractus' stats are not very good at all. And overshadowed by pretty much every other grass type. You can name a role that Maractus can do, like Chlorophyll, Sunsweeper. From the PU tier, Victory Bell is a much better Sunsweeper. But I can think of Blossom. I think Blossom is probably better, even though Maractus is slower. Blossom is more bulky and has more of an offensive presence with a more offensive move pool. It also got quick Quiver Dance set up. Does Lilligant get Chlorophyll? I think it might. But Victory Bell is one that comes to mind. Oh, Venusaur. Venusaur is a much better Chlorophyll sweeper. Probably the best one, in my opinion, that I can think of. And also, like I mentioned Spikes before, too. Being a Spike setter, Eviolite Roselia is a much better spike setter for a grass type. You got Ferroseed and Ferrothorn. Like, even Ferroseed is better than Maractus when it comes to setting up hazard like that, and Ferroseed can even set up Stealth Rocks. Physical grass type, Maractus is horrible in that. Even though it does the Drain Punch, Knockoff, Sucker Punch is cool. There's much better offensive grass types, like Victory Bell can even be one of them, because Victory Bell has the same moves I just listed. It also got Stab, Poison Jab, so, like I said, I can name so many grass types with better that can play Maractus's potential roles a lot better. So that's Maractus's flaw. So how are we gonna make Maractus better? Well, of course I'm gonna give Maractus a Mega, because I think it'll be cool. And the Mega I thought of, I am really proud of this Mega creation I made. So here's Mega Maractus. I am super proud of what I came up with here. One, I don't care about the design, but this is just the closest design I found from Mega Maractus. I'm going to put where I found this image in the description below to give, at least where I found it, credit. But this is, it's kind of Maractus just mixed with a lot of other fire types. You see it has Magmortar, hands with Darmanitan, eyebrows. So obviously I'm going for a grass and fire Mega here. And stats, of course it's a Mega, it gets 100, it gets a base stat buff of 100 stats. Spread out between pretty much all of its stats besides HP. And I got a pretty even stat distribution here. I got a good palindrome too, which I didn't notice until I finished it, which was not intentional, but still, hey. 25 to attack, 15 defense, 20 special attack, 15 spadef, 25 speed. I wanted to give a lot more to attack because I wanted it to be more of a mixed attacker, a potential mixed attacker more. And 25 speed, obviously, because Maractus is slow and needs to be faster. Base 85 still isn't the fastest, but what can you do? It got, if you run physical Maractus, it got Sucker Punch for priority, and a little bit in his defenses, making it a little bulkier. Maractus is still more on the frail side, though. So 461 base stat total to 561. And for Mega Maractus, I am giving Drought to Mega Maractus. And what is great about this, I didn't think about this until I made this Mega, but if a grass Pokemon got Drought as its ability, it will be a fantastic ability for a grass type, because grass Pokemon, they all have Growth pretty much as a move, and what Growth does is it increases the attack and special attack by 1 stage, but if Sun's up, it gets 2 stages, and of course, most of them run Synthesis, and then Synthesis heals 50% health, but in Sun it heals 75%, so there's so much benefit with a grass-type Pokemon getting Drought as an ability. And it will probably make more sense to give, like, Grass Fire to, like, a Mega Sunflora, but I like Maractus a lot more than Sunflora, so I'm giving the Grass Fire type into this Mega Maractus here. I just love the potential of having, like, a Growth, Drought, Grass setup sweeper. The concept just sounds really good to me, and this Mega this will be one of my favorite Megas if this was a thing. Because it's just an awesome concept. New moves. Of course, this is going to turn into a fire type. We got to give it fire coverage. Flamethrower, Fire Blast on the special side. Fire Punch, Flare Burst for the physical side. Giving it Will-O-Wisp, because obviously fire types have Will-O-Wisp. You could even run a more defensive Mega Maractus. And also, Strength Sap is another move that I have, because Strength Sap is a cool and unique grass type move that decreases the opponent's attack stat by 1 stage, but then also heals based on the amount of attack that Pokemon has. It's a really good healing move. If you use that on a physically offensive Mon, like Mega Maractus can go to 10% health to 100% health. It's a really good healing move most of the time. Possible moveset, obviously, since it has Drought, you have to give it Growth. Give it +2 attack and special attack. Synthesis for potential 75% healing. Flamethrower, Fire Blast, or Stab, having Giga Drain. Like, you can do so many things with Mega Maractus. I think even though you can run Mega Maractus Mix, I feel like the special side will still be more better than the physical side, especially since the special attack is higher. But still, there are so many options now for a Mega Maractus. It will still have spikes. You can set up spikes with it on predicted switches. I love this concept, and I just really wish it was a real thing. And I just really wish Megas were still a big thing. Even though the concept of Gigantamaxing is pretty cool, I'm gonna miss Megas. I still want new Megas. I still want it. I hope maybe it comes back in the future, but I kind of doubt it. So that's for Mega. We got 2 more Pokemon to talk about. A little more minor changes. First Pokemon I'm going to talk about is a Pokemon that I like a lot, Ursuline. I really like Ursuline. It's currently untiered though, which is not good, unfortunately, because Ursuline got 2 really good abilities: Quick Feet and Guts. Guts being one of my favorite abilities. If it gets a status condition, its attack gets a huge boost. So most of the time you just put a Flame Orb on it, it negates the effects of a burn and just increases that attack stat alpha wall. And Ursuline gets an 130 base attack stat. Ursuline gets huge attack, and it gets great offensive coverage. It gets play rough, it gets crunch, it gets so much more like offensive coverage. Ursuline gets a wide move set. The biggest thing I think that it got going against it is its really slow speed stat. And 90 HP is good, but 75 defenses across the board is pretty frail and pretty slow, so it's bound to get hit first. Holding a Flame Orb or potential Toxic Orb whittles it down even more, so there's no healing going on for Ursuline, so it gets whittled down very easily. That's what Ursuline has going against it. New moves: Quick Attack cancels out the slow speed. And I'm giving it a stat buff too. I gotta get back to that. Giving it 20 more speed, making defense through speed all the same as 75, which I was just gonna give it 10, but I'm giving it 20 just so all 4 stats be 75, because it looks nice. It looks nice, and obviously 75 is better than 65. So I'm going with 75 because it's my channel. If you want to give Ursuline 65 base stats, do it in your channel. Show me the video. And like, comment, and subscribe while you're at it. And then, also, obviously, the much better Quick Attack Extreme Speed, which I don't think will happen at all, but I'm just putting it here because, once again, it's my channel. If you don't want to give Ursuline Extreme Speed, do it in your video. And then like, comment, and subscribe while you're at it. Extreme Speed, a lot better than Quick Attack, so I'd much rather have Ursuline get Extreme Speed, but I can rather see it get Quick Attack as a more possible option. And then, I got Drain Punch here, because once again, I said that Ursuline has no healing whatsoever, pretty much, besides rest. Drain Punch will help it out a little bit. And then Fighting Coverage is always good. Ursuline does get Close Combat, for some reason. It gets Close Combat. Wait. Am I lying? I might be lying. Alright, I'm back. Ursuline does get Close Combat. Unlike Beware, the actual fighting type bear, Beware gets superpower. Ursuline, the non-fighting bear, gets Close Combat. Why? That doesn't make sense. Also, I tried doing a Pimp That Pokemon episode before. This should have been my 5th episode, but I got this face cam here, and I'm just started experimenting with this face cam. And while I was recording it, I didn't notice that my face cam was in the way of text, so the whole time, so it ruined the video. Beware was in that one. So I'm just doing a new one with new Pokemon. Because there was a special video too, and I'm so pissed at that I didn't know that my webcam was blocking text. Anyways, back from that. Yeah, Drain Punch, I think could help Ursuline out a little bit. I definitely don't see this affecting Ursuline too insanely. Maybe Ursuline could finally get the PU help, but still, it'll help out Ursuline a little bit. The final Pokemon I'm going to talk about is another Pokemon that I actually really like, and that's Weezing. Weezin isn't in the lowest tier, it's currently NU. And I'll say the biggest problem with Weezin is that it doesn't have recovery. Because Ursuline gets Weezin gets a lot of good options for support. It got Will-O-Wisp. It gets big at defense, so it can be a huge defensive wall, especially with Will-O-Wisp. It got good fire covers, which I like, because it's able to hit steel super effectively, which otherwise is immune to Weezin's poison stab, which I really like. It got Destiny Bond, it got Taunt, it got Toxic Spikes, Toxic obviously, Pain Split, Memento. Weezin got a lot of options. It got Haze. But one thing it doesn't got, though, is recovery, and that's the biggest problem with Weezin being a defensive wall, because there's other defensive walls that have recovery options. Also, Weezin got Levitate, which gives it only one weakness, which is Psychic, which is great. Another bad thing is, like, Weezin got a relatively small HP stat. 65 is pretty small and lackluster in my opinion. Also, no offensive presence really. Attack and special attack are pretty low. Weezin got some flaws. It can be a really good defensive wall, but it still could be a lot better in my opinion. I built as Levitate because it doesn't want a ground weakness. So ground immunity is perfect for Weezin, so I'm keeping it like that. Stat buff, 20 more HP, giving it to 85. This makes Weezin a lot more bulkier. It help out a lot, especially on this. Well, on both ends, physical and special. It'll help Weezin a lot. Just 10 more special attack. I think special attack should be higher than Weezin's attack, since the only physical move that Weezin will use is Explosion. And, like, you don't really need investment in that. You just use that so your opponent can't rapid spin. That's pretty much it. So I think Weezin should have a higher special attack step and attack, just because it will use its Sludge Bomb more. It will use its Flamethrower and Fire Blast more. It's a better option for Weezin in my opinion. Still not high at all, but it's better chip. Better chip. New moves. Calm Mind or Nasty Plot. If Weezin got set up, then it can become an offensive presence potentially. Like, Weezin is not fast either, but Weezin, for being a defensive wall, is actually faster than most walls, which is great, especially since it is a taunt user, could be a taunt user, but having set up too, especially Calm Mind, increasing its Spadef more, since its defense is already really high, its Spadef stat is what's really lacking. Not that much, but still, Calm Mind makes it even better. Then, of course, it makes him harder hitting on the offensive side. Having an offensive presence can never hurt a Pokemon. I mean, obviously, the biggest thing that can help Weezin is recovery options. If Weezin had a reliable recovery option, it'll be so much of a better wall. It'll be a way bigger wall. This will put Weezin past Garbodor. It probably won't put it past Toxapex. Maybe Weezin can be, this will make Weezin the RU, or maybe even the UU Toxapex. That would be awesome. I would love to see that, because I like Weezin. I like Weezin a lot. I don't know why, but I really like Weezin right now. I like Ursuline too right now. These are two-wheel Pokemon that I like, and I just want to see all of these Pokemon good. I like Maractus too, but these Pokemon just can't competitively do as well as other Pokemon, and I want to change that, so that's why I made this episode. And this is going to be the end of my episode here, because I talked about all these Pokemon that I like, and how I will make them better. So, if you guys like this series, let me know in the comments. This is just a fun little series I like doing. Of course, I don't expect any of these changes to happen. It's just fun speculation. I just enjoy doing this. It's cool to think about like what you can do to Pokemon to make them better. But I'm just going to end it here. If you guys like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel. It helps a lot. Share it to friends who can potentially subscribe too. Helps me out a lot. Comment on what you like, what you think. It helps me out a lot. All of that helps out a lot. If you don't want to, that's fine with me. But anyways, I'll see you in the next episode. I'm Sly Guy. This is bye bye.